news came down today. Everybody knows I'm a 49ers guy.
Yep.
Everybody knows I'm a Jimmy G guy. And I have been resigned to the fact that Trey Lance is the starter of this team, the 49ers, and we're just going to have to go forward. We are just going to have to go forward with Trey Lance as the quarterback. But Jimmy G did something today, and the 49ers did something today that tells me something is up, because Jimmy G is now a glorified backup. He renegotiated his deal that would have paid him $25.5 million for this coming year, unless the 49ers cut him and paid him a little bit. But he renegotiated, so now he has a 1 year, $7 million contract, 6.5 of that guaranteed, and he has incentives built in, so he gets a per game active bonus. He has stat incentives that aren't really released, but this tells me two things.
Please.
First, Trey Lance, the 49ers know that Trey Lance is iffy at best for this year, and they do not want to turn over a team to Nate Sudfeld because he's terrible.
Okay.
B, Jimmy G knows that Trey Lance is terrible, and he wants to be the backup so that he can come in and be the hero when the 49ers win after Trey Lance puts him into the dumpster to start the year.
It's great.
Those are the two
That's
theories.
That's a good theory. Let me give you a third theory. They were going to cut him.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, no one wanted to trade him. Almost everybody has their quarterback for the year. They were going to cut him, and he could have ended up making $7 million playing for some team like Cleveland or Detroit, or make that same amount, stay where you know the system, they know you, they're comfortable with you, they got a rookie quarterback, so there's a chance that, or kind of a rookie quarterback, there's a chance that you could come in and play and succeed, and then spend the next 10 years making $7 million as a backup. I think he looked at his options of, do I want to be a backup in Seattle or do I want to be a backup here? And it just was sweeter to stay home.
If I had to go with the Pro or the Joe, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Pro on this one, Skraby. You know what I'm saying?
No!
I think a new game was just born right there. By the way, this season we have a new game.
I think a new game. Am I going to go Pro or
Marcus,
Joe?
I
love it
because you invented it.
Yeah, exactly. According to our theories,
you brought that back in, Skraby. You see that? You see that?
I did. That was the talent of a Stanford color analyst right there.
That was it.
That was the talent of him. Well, why are you going with the Pro then?
Yeah,
because it's the logical explanation.
I think in worst case scenario, what you're saying, Skraby, like it might work, but it's definitely good talking chatter around the table. You know what I mean? Like that's if I'm a 49ers fan, that's kind of what I'm saying too. It's like he had to stay because he just wants to see him fail and then he come back, But when the way Greg just elaborated on it, you know what I'm saying? It just makes more sense. Like, you don't want to end up in a shitty town, you know what I'm saying? Like,
with question marks.
Not knowing like where you're going compared to like staying where you're at right now in San Fran.
With your own mattress and your own pillows.
Own pillows. I mean, good. San Fran's not a bad town either. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a bad place to be.
It's not a bad place.
Well, he's probably living in Santa Clara anyway. So. I mean, that's the name.
Can I take you on story time real quick? Story time?
Of course. I've missed story time so much.
I've been able to sleep.
Marcus is going.
The 2011 season, which was my 7th season in the NFL. I was with the Minnesota Vikings, and I was scheduled to make somewhere, I think 1.5-ish, 1.7, somewhere around there. I was not worth that. And this is 10 years ago when received. That was like a high, not a high range, but above average.
You good, yeah.
In Minnesota, knowing that I was going to be the 4th or 5th receiver, decided, hey, Greg, you're going to take a pay cut. Of which they don't give you a choice. It's, hey, Greg, you're going to take a pay cut. And so I've had my agent call around, and he's like, there's some teams that might sign you, but they're not going to pay you. They're not going to pay you upwards of $1 million. Minimum was like 700 something. So I was at a juncture where I had to decide: do I let the Vikings just shaft me and take minimum, even though I know my role there, I know the coaches, I've got an apartment there, I'm good, or do I roll the dice and see what other teams are willing to offer? And it ended with me telling the Vikings, look, I need 900 or 950 or something like that, or cut me. And fortunately, they accepted. I made almost half of what I was supposed to make, but I stayed there the whole season because they knew me. I knew them. I played a decent amount, and it ended up the safe decision being a smart decision.
See, I don't think people get to see that though. I think
No, I was stressed the hell
They
out
don't.
too for a day
Yeah.
trying to figure that out.
Greg, you just made the show right there, man. Because
Thanks, man.
that's what
I
they
know.
want to hear, man. Like that, like it's so many different perspectives about why players, opt to take this deal or opt to go to another place. You know what I mean? But people don't realize sometimes it's more about your comfort level and where you are, rather than necessarily a dollar amount or rolling the dice, like you say.
No, it's totally true. I get it now because as a fan, I'm looking at it like I don't care about the money. I'm caring about what's the TMZ
That's that
angle of
media
it and who
Skraby right
hates
there.
who,
That's the media
hates
pro.
who in the locker room, and if Jimmy G is going to cut Trey Lance's brake lines one day, like in the parking lot. That's what I'm thinking about. But you guys,
fans, no ideas. Scrape like
this is true. This is
Bay
true.
Area,
This
man.
is true. But it's like one time I had a chance as a radio guy to move to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or North Dakota, wherever Sioux Falls is, and I was gonna make like $40,000 a year, which is quite honestly,
It's probably
it's
great
not
in
bad, not bad. But I have to live in Sioux Falls, so I decided that it was better for my career to stay in the 17th biggest market, which is San Diego, instead of going to like the 1027th biggest market, which is Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where I'm going to get stuck for the rest of my life, giving the weather updates from Farmer Bill or something like that.
Like a picture of like Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray and stuff. Like I'm imagining
totally.
you moving there and taking that lifestyle and role.
It would be. But it can, what you guys were talking about as a player can translate to our lives as well as fans, but we don't see it that way. All I can get through my head is that Jimmy G is like, when is Trey Lance going to screw up?
Another side of it too is like people always think that guys are like money hungry too. You know what I'm saying? And like they only think about the dollar bill. Like, I mean, I do know certain guys like that, but sometimes like you end up shooting yourself in the foot, especially if you're not realistic. Like you sit there and be like, I'm not taking a pay cut. Why would I take a pay cut? And you realize ain't nobody else gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? So
Cut away.
That's the biggest cut they gonna do right there.
And
is that something like your agent is helping you guys determine?
Yeah.
Because I would think that it would be hard to value
and that's
yourselves.
where agents in their relationship with GMs comes in handy because they can go have those conversations on the side without officially, like any contract offers or things like that, just to see what options look like and help you make your decision.
Well, I can see that. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to be the best. Like I was like, hey, I only got one goal, and that's to be the best left tackle in the league. So that when it's time to pay me, guess what? What is that guy right there making? Oh, I need more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's simplify these contract negotiations.
When you signed your contract, is that what happened?
Yeah, well, I ended up the highest paid that year. Wow. You know what I'm saying, for those years.
Did it.
But yeah. So but
that is crazy.
Yeah,
that's
appreciate it. I mean, but it was a lot of hard work. It wasn't easy. Like I was out there before every practice, and it was really, we had a great offensive line coach, Hal Hunter, who really believed in me, and he pushed me to be the best. He was like, he told me early on, hey, you can be the best left tackle in the league. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to have to work to get there. So he would grab me 15 minutes before practice, 10 minutes after practice. We pass setting every day. Boom, 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 boom. Just constantly working, you know what I'm saying? Because I had that goal set in my mind, and in the back of my mind, I did see dollar signs, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm not just doing this for no reason, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing this to be the highest paid and the best at this position.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like you're an Albert Hainsworth who gets paid this like crazy amount of money and then disappears off the face of the earth. It's not like that at all. I get it. That's cool, Marcus. I appreciate that. Now, to wrap up this Jimmy G thought, something that just hit me. What if the 49ers wanted to bring him back because he's good for Trey
that's
Lance?
An excellent point. 100%. They've been in a room together. He's got game experience.
Yeah.
How is he good for Trey Lance? He's going to teach him. He's going to.
I agree with that.
Yeah, he's going to teach him. He's going to. He's going to tell you should run here because I can't run, so you need to run.
I think you're right, man. He'll tell him, look, this is where I would throw a pick. Just go ahead and get that one in right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that landed flat. Sorry, guys.
All right.
Sorry to let you down there.
No, it's all good, man. Hey, listen, I thought Jimmy was going to Cleveland for a second. I almost, when I seen that kind of pop on the news feed, I was like, is this serious? Fucking Skraby's gonna have a fit right now. Like
it was there, and then it was the Seahawks was the other destination, because I guess we'll just bring it up now, and then we're gonna get into two veteran quarterbacks that are behaving greatly, and we're gonna talk about them.
Yes, we'll get to that.
Behaving greatly. Yes, we'll get to that. But Drew Lock is very disappointed at losing the starting quarterback role to Geno Smith. And the only thing I can think of is you're not good enough. you didn't beat out Geno Smith. I don't understand it. But where does a guy like Drew Lock go from here? Does he just does it motivate?
He'll be.
Does it motivate you, or does it just make you realize maybe I'm just a clipboard holder in the NFL and I'm cool with that?
First of all, being a clipboard holder as a backup quarterback is like a dream come true. Like, I'll just sit here and hold this clipboard for about 3-4 million. You know what I'm saying?
Like 15 years. Yes.
Like I would. Somebody call me right now. I will hold the hell out of your clipboard. You hear me? I'm talking about
best held clipboard ever.
And I can pass it. I can protect the clipboard.